I think the conclusion of today is that there are very big gaps. The way to get out of Japan is not only achieved by getting English language skills. It's also has to do with acknowledging and realizing the cultural gaps, the corporate cultural gaps, and being prepared to go back and learn from scratch, getting out of your comfort zone, be prepared to make mistakes, learn, and only if you're willing to do that, you will be able to actually catch up with what's happening in the rest of the world. I think Japan has just as much, if not more, assets that could be of value to the rest of the world, but they don't have the messengers, they don't have the people to actually effectively sell that overseas, not the corporate culture to support these messengers overseas. So new technologies, etc., I believe that Japan will be perfectly capable of developing that. That's not the problem. The problem is more how are we going to close these gaps that we identified today, and get serious about keeping up with the rest of the world.
I think a very good point today we discussed with you about you can going to speak out Japanese company. Give the message is what is the message for them is globalization is not easy. We can speak about like those gaps is not difficult, but most my concern is it is very difficult to Japanese people, a Japanese company be global, right?
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? Still, my question is very open. We can't see any solution yet.
Right. So basically,
yeah, we have to look at two phases. One is we have to look at inside of the company, while it can be much easier for the person to look at outside, being prepared to get familiar with something outside. But still, we have to look back at headquarters. Then, what happens is that we try to bring back something new for the company. It will be kicked out. And actually, I'm in the middle of that situation where I'm trying to bring in and get some person who wants to kick out. Struggling.
So what we going to do now?
Well, I suggest next week we're going to spend talking about that because I prepared some steps that we can I think we need to.
You're going to prepare something?
Yeah, no, I prepared like the gaps, and then what steps we need to take in order to close those gaps.
What kind of action will you going to take?
Right.
You propose to Japanese people?
Yes.
Oh, it's very good.
Yeah, the message: don't be afraid. Don't give the afraid.
Right. Don't be ruled by guided by fear, but by opportunity. But that is easier said than done, of course, because I can fully understand that it's very uncomfortable. That it's very unpleasant to having to water yourself down, having to accept the fact that you have to start back from zero again in a field where everybody else around you is already experienced and grown up. That's a very serious problem, and I think in that also kind of explains why we see so many people, so many companies in Japan very hesitant, very careful, not making any change, and then all of a sudden they're going all out they're going to engage in mergers or in acquisitions that are super risky, that can actually put their future on the line. Because basically I feel that they don't want to take these small steps. If they're going to do it, then let's go all out. Let's acquire a huge company. Let's get presence. Let's buy people, work together, and basically bet all the silverware, all the family silverware, on this one big step. But I think that the problem with that is that it's very risky, and it is also born not out of necessity, but out of fear and reluctance to taking these due diligence steps, to take these small steps and actually get familiar and go out there on your own strength. Because I feel that a lot of people are not confident that they have that strength.
You believe Japanese people will go do that?
No. But I think what we are seeing right now, what we are seeing right now is that they are taking ridiculous gambles when we're talking about going overseas, because they don't want to take the small steps. They don't want to invest and actually change their culture, etc. No, they're making a very big bang approach, and then they see whatever comes out of it.
They're going to do that?
They are doing that already. They're doing that already. Like the
very risky.
Yeah, very risky. So the companies like Toshiba and like Suntory toka, they make huge investment. They put
why they did kind of make decision?
They need to do, so a company like Suntory, they need to do expand their geography, because otherwise there is no future for Suntory. So they need to get out. How to do that? Are we going to bring more salespeople to Japan, to the United States, for example, to Europe? Are they going to be successful? Really? I don't know. I don't know how we can do that. How we can scale it up? We don't have an infrastructure. We don't have anything, and we actually don't really know how to negotiate it. So why not just buy somebody who's really strong and just put everything in there and then grow from there and use their experience to do it. So we don't have to do it. I think that is a strategy, but it's a very risky strategy.
It means Japanese companies, they do not grasp their true situation.
So they try to avoid making a decision for a very long time until it's really obvious that something needs to happen because they need to globalize. But then, since they haven't taken any steps to develop their international presence and their negotiation skills and their human power overseas, there is no other choice than actually making very big step. Okay,
yeah, exactly. 100% agree. Yeah, it is happening around me. Yeah, so proud of that.
Right. So what we see right now could be the opening to a huge outflow of Japanese capital with a lot of casualties to come.
Okay, today